You go down, feel the floor beneath your hands, the tension in your chest, your arms are trembling, one more rep and another one. You think, if I just do enough push-ups, I'll finally build muscle. But weeks later, nothing. No visible progress. That's the moment when many give up. But here's the truth. You don't need 200 push-ups a day to get stronger. You need the right amount, in the right way. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how push-ups really build muscle, what number is optimal for you, how to progressively increase your training, and how to avoid injuries before they slow you down. At the end, you'll know how to build visible muscle using only your body weight, no equipment needed. First, I want to show you how push-ups build muscle. Every clean repetition is more than just movement. It is a signal. The moment you press your hands firmly into the floor, you feel tension flow through your body, from your fingertips, through your forearms, deep into your chest. Your shoulders work like precise gears, the triceps contract, the core stabilizes, everything interlocks like a finely tuned system. And as you slowly push yourself upward, something fascinating happens inside. Tiny micro-tears appear in the muscle fibers, not as a sign of destruction, but as the language of growth. Your body understands this language. It responds by repairing the damaged fibers, reinforcing them, thickening them, strengthening them. Layer by layer, repetition by repetition. A process called muscle hypertrophy. But this conversation between body and load only works if you really have something to say, meaning, if the stimulus is strong enough to be heard. Too few repetitions whisper, your body hardly reacts. Too many, done hastily and without tension, are just noise, endurance training, not growth. The true art lies in between, in controlled tension, conscious movement, and targeted progression. Because exactly there, between control and challenge, your body begins to understand that it's time to get stronger. What now still looks like simple push-ups will later, with the right plan, with the right rhythm, turn into a system that permanently changes your body. But how this structure looks exactly, you'll find out at the end of this video. It's important that you don't experience the dark side of push-ups. The dark side reveals itself as the soles collapse beneath the weight of endless monotony. Many people do the same exercise every day, the same movement, the same angle, the same load. At first that feels productive, but in the long run it can slow you down. Imagine your joint like a hinge. If you move it 1,000 times in exactly the same track without strengthening the opposing muscles or varying the movement, it begins to rub. That's exactly what happens in your shoulders and elbows if you only do classic push-ups. The result? Overload of the front shoulder, especially anterior deltoid. Irritation of the biceps tendon. And typical tennis elbow symptoms from repeated pressing load. To prevent this, you need variety and progression, not more of the same, but targeted advancement. How many push-ups you should do? Before you start, test your maximum. How many clean push-ups can you manage in one set? No sagging, no cheating. Then the following rule of thumb applies. Under 25 repetitions. Start with 50 to 75 push-ups per day, split into 2 to 3 sets. 25 to 50 repetitions, 75 to 150 push-ups daily, spread across 3 to 4 sets. Over 50 repetitions, 150 to 250 push-ups a day, split into 4 or more sets. But important, don't just count reps, progress deliberately. This is called progressive overload. Increase your total weekly number by 5 to 10 reps or shorten your breaks slightly. That ensures your body constantly has to adapt anew And that's the key to visible muscle growth. Now, the right technique. 100 fast, sloppy push-ups are worth less than 10 perfect ones. 3 simple points help you get the maximum from each repetition. Core tension. Engage your core. Abs and glutes stay tight. Body line. From head to heels, a straight line. No sagging, no arching. Arm position. Hands slightly wider than shoulder width. Elbows at a 45-degree angle outward. Make sure your chest doesn't drop onto the floor, but is actively controlled. The more controlled you work, the stronger your muscle stimulus and the lower your risk of injury. How to make progress. Once you master the basics, real progress begins not through more reps, but through targeted variation. Variation is far more than just change. It's like tuning an instrument. If you always play the same note, it eventually sounds dull. But if you change the angle, the rhythm, the tension, the muscle starts listening again. Every new variation sets a new mechanical stimulus, and that mechanical stress is the true trigger for growth. It makes your muscle fibers respond more strongly, activate more deeply, and adapt to new loads. Decline push-ups. When you raise your feet, the load shifts forward. Your upper chest and front shoulders take on more work. That increases the pull angle and raises mechanical tension, especially in fibers that hardly ever get activated in daily life. Diamond push-ups. With your hands close together, the focus shifts deep into the triceps. You force smaller, stabilizing muscles to take control, a massive stimulus for strength and definition. Plyometric push-ups. Here, movement explodes. By pushing yourself off the floor, you activate fast-twitch fibers. They respond most strongly to high speed and pressure, maximum mechanical stress in minimal time. But the true game changer is the so-called metabolic drop set, a combination of maximum tension and minimal rest. You start with the hardest variation, for example, decline push-ups, then immediately switch to normal push-ups and finish with incline push-ups. No break, no relief, just continuous tension. This method extends time under tension, the time your muscle has to actively work. That's crucial because the longer and more intense the muscle is under mechanical load, the stronger the signal for hypertrophy. Imagine every rep is like striking a bell. A set of normal push-ups makes it ring briefly, but a drop set? It makes it resonate. And exactly this resonance, the lasting tension, is what your body clearly understands. Grow now. Finally, structure and recovery. To make progress and at the same time avoid overload, you need a clear structure, not daily random pressing. Start the week with a volume day, 3 to 4 sets of 20 to 30 clean reps. The focus here is technique and muscle feel. The next day, you rest or do light mobility work to relieve shoulders and elbows. Wednesday is your intensity day. Decline or diamond push-ups are used here. Work with fewer reps but higher difficulty. After another rest, a plyometric day follows. Fast, explosive push-ups to train power and recruit deeper fibers. On Saturday, you can add a light session, 2 sets with medium volume, before taking Sunday off completely. This creates a training week that unites all principles: tension, variation, progression, and above all, recovery. Because muscles don't grow during training, but in the pause afterward. And studies clearly show lack of sleep significantly impairs muscle protein synthesis. So sleep is not a nice to have, it's your invisible training. How many push-ups do you really need? Just enough to challenge you, and plan smartly enough not to destroy you. Push-ups are one of the most effective exercises in the world if you use them strategically. Clean technique, gradual progression, targeted variation and real recovery. Don't do it monotonously. Do it methodically. Because in the end, it doesn't matter how many push-ups you did, but how much each single one made your body grow.